Hello everyone, myself P.S. Patil. I welcome you in our fifth lecture. In the previous lecture, we discussed the types of mass analyzer and we also discussed the advantages and disadvantages application of that mass analyzer. In the today's lecture, we will see the detectors which are used in mass spectrometer and types of ion produced in the mass spectrometer. So, the content of the today's lecture is the different types of detectors used in the mass spectrometer and the types of ion which are produced in the mass spectrometer. Then we start with the detectors. What is detector? What is the role of detector? Detectors detects a current signal generated from the incident ion. Detectors detects the current signal generated from the incident ions. Different mass detectors are used to detect the ions depending on the types of mass spectrometer. Right? So, when the ion beam is produced, it is passed through the mass analyzer and after that it is subsequently strike on the detector. So, depending upon the types of analyzer, the detectors are used. Okay. Then we see the different types of detectors. These are the four main types of detectors used in the mass spectrometry. The first is electron multiplier, second Faraday curve, third array detectors, and the last is multi-channel plate detector. So we will see one by one. The first is electron multiplier detector. In short, we call it as EM. This EM, it is most common detector in mass spectrometry. It detects positive as well as negative ions. It is very sensitive and has fast response. It is made up of a series of aluminum oxides that is called diodes, maintained at ever increasing potential. So, ions strike the first diode surface causing an emission of electron. These electrons are then attracted to the next diode held at higher potential and therefore more secondary electrons are generated. This point gets clear by studying this figure of this electron multiplier. So, see here. This is the figure for the electron multiplier. What exactly happened? So, these are the diodes. These diodes, it is nothing but the series of aluminum oxide. These are the series of aluminum oxide. These diodes are arranged in series. Okay. The ions are enter from this side. The ions strike the first diode. So here the ions strike on the first diode causing a emission of an electron. So electrons are emitted here. These electrons are then attracted to the next diode. This is the next diode. This diode is having higher potential than this first diode. Okay. So what happened? These electrons are attracted to the next diode which having higher potential. Therefore, more secondary electrons are generated. Okay, it is clear. The ions are come from this side. They strike on the first diode. Then they emit the electron. That electrons are attracted towards the next diode because it having higher potential. So these electrons are again attracted by the third diode which having higher potential than this one. So in this way we get a secondary electron at this last diode and from that we get the signal output. Okay. So this is nothing but the electron multiplier. Then the next is Faraday curve. This is the Faraday curve detector. So here the cup shape. This is a cup shape. Hence the name is Faraday curve. It is this Faraday curve. It is a simple and effective detector. It monitoring the ion current in the focal plane of the mass spectrometer. Okay, the basic principle of this Faraday curve is that the incident ion traveling at high speed. So here the ions are entered and they traveling at a high speed strike the diodes. This cup shape, it is the diodes. Okay, they strike the diode surface which emits the electron. Here the electrons are emitted and induced current which amplified. When the electrons are emitted, then induced current is amplified and detected. Okay, this is the Faraday curve. The diode electron is made up of secondary emitting material. This is the secondary emitting material. A metal or the carbon curve serve to capture the ion and store a charge. Okay, and this cup shape, due to this cup shape, decreases the loss of electron. It is simple and least expensive detector for the ions. Then the next is, so we also discuss the disadvantage of this Faraday curve. What is the disadvantage of this Faraday curve? The disadvantage is that the current induced by the average ion beams in the circuit connected to the curve are very small and leading to the low sensitivity. It shows low sensitivity, but the signal which are produced, it is very stable and reproducible. Hence this Faraday curve, it is most commonly used. Okay. Then the next third detector is array detectors. An array detector is a group of individual detectors aligned in an array format. These detectors detects the ion according to their different M by Z ratio. It has been typically used on magnetic sector mass analyzer. It is also used in the time of flight mass analyzer because the construction of these two analyzers are same. Okay, only the working difference is in that we use magnet. Here we never use the magnet, right? So for this both detector, both analyzer, we use the array detector. Employs a focal plane camera consisting of an array of 31 Faraday curve. Up to 15 M by E values can be measured simultaneously. This is the structure of these array detectors. So they are arranged in array format. Hence the name is array detector. Okay. Then the fourth detector, that is multi-channel plate detector. The detector which measures 1 M by E value at a time, that detectors are called single channel detectors. While in the multi-channel plate detectors, the detection of multiple ion beams with different M by E value takes. Hence the name is multi-channel plate detector. Okay, so more than one M by E values are detected. Hence the name is multi-channel plate detector. High resolution magnetic sector instrument used multi-channel detector called multi-collectors. So here with this we finish the detectors which are used in mass spectrometry. The next point is the types of ion which are produced in the mass spectrometry. The first is molecular ion. It is also called the parent ion, metastable ion, fragment ion, base peak ions, rearrangement ions, multi-charge ion, negative ions, isotopes ions. These are the ions which are produced in the mass spectrometer. So we start with the first, that is molecular ion. These molecular ions we have discussed in the first lecture also. These ions are formed by the loss of single electron at lowest ionization potential from a molecule. So here this is a molecule M, it having a lone pair of electron. So what happened here? These electrons are bombarded on this molecule It remove one electron from this. So here one radical and one positive form is obtained and two electrons are released. This form it is called the molecular ion. Okay, so this part we have seen in the first lecture also. So by taking one example the idea get clear. So here we take the example. What is this? This is a methane. On that methane molecule we bombards the electron, so there is a formation of this molecular ion and two electrons are released. Okay, the molecular ion is usually the highest mass in the spectrum. It is the most important ion. The peak intensity of this molecular ion differ from one compound to the another. Okay, it is also very important. The peak intensity of this molecular ion it is differ from one compound to the another compound. Then we see the mass spectrum of one butanol. This spectrum we also discussed in the first lecture, right? Mass spectrum it is nothing but the relative abundance versus M by E value. So this is the structure of one butanol. Okay, the molecular weight of this one butanol is 74 and the molecular ion peak it is nothing obtained at 74. So only what happened? One electron is removed. So the molecular weight is 74 and this it is detected in the mass spectrum. That peak it is nothing but the molecular ion peak. Okay. Then the second one is a metastable ion. Some fragmentation may occur during their flight down the ion tube filled free region instead of the ionization chamber and it is known as a metastable ion. What does it mean? The ions which are produced, generally the ions are produced in ionization chamber, right? This part we have seen in the previous lecture, second lecture. So ions are produced in ionization chamber. But here the metastable ions are produced in ion tube filled free region, means ionization chambers. Instead of that ionization chamber, the filled free region produces the ion. That ions are called metastable ion. They reach to the detector at the masses lower than the actual mass and it gives the broader peaks. Metastable ions have lower kinetic energy than the normal ions and the metastable peaks are smaller than M1 and M2 peaks and due to that they shows a broader peaks. Okay. Next is the fragment ion. When the energy is given to the molecular ion during the electron impact the further cleavage takes place and the ions of lower mass number known as the fragment ion. So here this is a molecular ion. On that we bombard the electrons which having potential 17 electron volt. So what happened? They get fragmented into M1 and M2 plus. Then by taking the example, so here this is the ethyl chloride. Electrons are bombarded. It produces this molecular ion. Then these molecular ions are further fragmented into CH3CH2 plus Cl radical or CH2CH2 plus plus HCl. These are called fragmented ion. The mass spectrum of ethyl benzene. So here the molecular weight of this ethyl benzene is 106 relative abundance versus M by Z. This is the structure of ethyl benzene. Molecular weight is 106. So the peak obtained at 106, that peak it is called molecular ion peak. So here the peak it is obtained at 106, it is molecular ion peak. And these smaller ions are called fragmented ions. Fragmented ion peaks. Okay. And this largest 100% peak it is called the base peak that we will see in the next slide. So base peak it is nothing but the largest peak in the mass spectrum corresponding to the most abundant ion or the most intense peak in the spectrum is known as a base peak. Depending on the nature of the compound, it may be a fragmented ion peak or the parent ion peak. Sometimes the molecular ion peak may be the base peak, and in that case, it is easy to find out the molecular weight of the compound. The base peak will be assigned with the value of 100%, and all the other peaks are reported as the percentage of the base peak. That means according to this base peak, we can say the percentage of the other peaks. Okay. Then we see the next ion, that is rearrangement ion. In the rearrangement ion, these ions are commonly formed due to the rearrangement of the fragment ion. In the most of the cases, rearrangement takes place with the respect to the hydrogen by the reaction known as a McLafferty rearrangement. It involves, what is this McLafferty rearrangement? In that it involves the migration of gamma hydrogen atom followed by the cleavage of beta bond. Here we take the example. This is a butanol 1, 2, 3 and 4. So butane. Aldehyde means it is a butanol. Okay. On that butanol we bombard the electron. So what happened? It remove one electron from this side. We get one dot and positive form. This is called a molecular ion. Okay. In the molecular ion, what McLafferty rearrangement is? Migration of this gamma hydrogen. This gamma hydrogen, it is migrated to this side, and here this electron and this bond get break. Here the release of ethylene molecule. Okay, hydrogen is shifted to this O side and one radical is here. So this is formed by removing the ethylene molecule. Okay, then this double bond, it is shifted to this side, this radical shifted to this side. So here the formation of double bond, and here again formation of dot and radical. This is called enol radical cation, and it shows peak in the mass spectrum. Such a peaks are called rearrangement ions. Okay, it is very important. Then next is multi-charged ion. These ions may exist in 2-3 charges instead of the usual single charge. These are known as doubly or triply charged ion, and the peaks due to these ions are known as a multi-charged peak. So here we see the example. This is the compound, electrons bombarded, 3 electrons are removed, then we get 2 plus charge. If these electrons are bombarded on this molecule, it remove 4 electrons, then there is a formation of M3 plus. Okay, so this is called multi-charge ion. Common in case of the heteroatomic compounds. Fixed gases such as CO2, nitrogen, oxygen, these are having a measurable peaks corresponding to the CO2 plus, N2 plus and O2, O plus 2. Then the next is negative ion. These ions are not considerable because in addition to the positive ions, negative ions are also formed during the electron bombardment of the sample. This result due to the capture of electron during the bombardment. These are not observable with the usual mass spectrometer unless some modifications are made, and hence they are generally ignored during the studies. Then the isotope ion. This is the last ion. Many elements have a natural isotopes. So first, what is isotopes? Isotopes are nothing but the compound which having same atomic number but different mass number, that are called isotopes. Okay, so many elements have the natural isotopes. For example, chlorine with mass number 37 exists in addition to the chlorine 35. The presence of isotopes readily produces the isotopes ion in the spectrum, accompanied by a main molecular ion peak and the fragment peaks. So we see the spectrum of these isotopic ions. So here this is the bromobenzene and this one is the chlorobenzene, right? This is relative abundance versus M by Z, relative intensity versus M by Z. Here the bromine having the isotope bromine 79 and 81, right? And its relative intensity is 1:1. Hence we get the nearly equal abundant peak, right? While in the chlorobenzene the relative intensity is 3:1. Hence we get the peak at 112 and 114. Okay, so this is called the isotopic ion peaks. Okay, in the today's lecture we see the types of detectors. What is detector? Then types of detectors. There are four main types of detectors. We discuss one by one. Then we also discuss the types of ion which are produced in the mass spectrometer. There are number of types of ions are there. So we discuss all the ions in the today's lecture. Okay. In the next lecture we will see the nitrogen rule and interpretation of the mass spectra. Okay. Thank you.